Edward Christopher Sheeran, MBE, born February 17, 1991, is an English singer-songwriter, guitarist, and record producer. He was born in Halifax, West Yorkshire, and raised in Framlingham, Suffolk. He attended the Academy of Contemporary Music in Guildford, Surrey, as an undergraduate from the age of 18 in 2009. In early 2011, Sheeran independently released the extended play, No. 5 Collaborations project. After signing with Asylum Records, his debut album, Plus, Read as Plus, was released on September 9, 2011 and has since been certified 7 times platinum in the UK. The album contains the single The A-Team, which earned him the Ivor Novello Award for Best Song Musically and Lyrically. 7. In 2012, Sheeran won the Brit Awards for Best British Male Solo Artist and British Breakthrough Act. Sheeran's popularity abroad began in 2012. In the US, he made a guest appearance on Taylor Swift's 4th studio album, Red. The A-Team was nominated for Song of the Year at the 2013 Grammy Awards, where he performed the song with Elton John. He spent much of 2013 opening for Swift's The Red Tour in North America dates. His second studio album, X, Read as Multiply, was released on June 23, 2014. It peaked at number 1 in the UK and the US. In 2015, X won the Brit Award for Album of the Year, and he received the Ivor Novello Award for Songwriter of the Year. His single from X, Thinking Out Loud, earned him 2 Grammy Awards at the 2016 ceremony, Song of the Year and Best Pop Solo Performance. Sheeran's third album, Divided by, Read as Divide, was released in March 2017. The album debuted at number 1 in the UK, the US and other major markets. The first 2 singles from the album, Shape of You and Castle on the Hill, were released in January 2017 and broke records in a number of countries, including the UK, Australia and Germany, by debuting in the top 2 positions of the charts. He also became the first artist to have 2 songs debut in the US top 10 in the same week. Sheeran appeared on Brit's 2017 list of the most influential people in the UK. Sheeran was born in Halifax, West Yorkshire, and moved with his family to Framlingham in Suffolk when he was a child. He has an older brother named Matthew, who works as a composer. Their parents, John and Imogen, are London-born. His paternal grandparents are Irish, and Sheeran has stated his father hailed from a very large Catholic family. John is an art curator and lecturer, and Imogen is a culture publicist turned jewelry designer. His parents ran Sheeran Lock, an independent art consultancy, from 1990 to 2010. Their work usually took them to London, and they spent their weekends traveling with their children, while playing music. Sheeran's early childhood memories include listening to the records of Bob Dylan and Eric Clapton. According to Sheeran, the album that first introduced him to music was Van Morrison's Irish Heartbeat. During his childhood, John took him to a number of live concerts that would later inspire his musical creations. These included seeing Eric Clapton at the Royal Albert Hall, Paul McCartney in Birmingham, and Bob Dylan. Sheeran sang in a local church choir from the age of 4, learned to play the guitar at a very young age during his time at Rushworth School, and began writing songs while at Thomas Mills High School in Framlingham. When he was 11, he went with his father to a Damien Rice show in Ireland. In addition to Rice, he has also cited the Beatles, Dylan, Clapton, Nicola and Eminem as his biggest musical influences. He is a patron of the Youth Music Theatre UK and of Access to Music, where he studied Artist Development course. He was accepted at the National Youth Theatre in London as a teenager. Sheeran is a second cousin of broadcaster Gordon Burns, who hosted the British game show The Krypton Factor. Sheeran began recording music in 2004, and independently released his first collection of work, Spinning Man. He has been friends with fellow English singer, Passenger, since he was 15, with the two playing on the same gig in Cambridge. He moved to London in 2008, and began playing in small venues. In 2008, he auditioned for the ITV series, Britannia High. He also opened for Nislop High in Norwich in April 2008, after being one of their guitar technicians. He released another EP in 2009, You Need Me, just before going on tour with Just Jack. He also did a few collaborations with Essex singer, Ledra Chapman, including CeeLo Green's Fuck You. In February 2010, Sheeran posted a video through sp.tv, and rapper Example invited Sheeran to tour with him. In the same month, he also released his critically acclaimed Loose Change EP, which featured his future debut single, The A-Team. In the autumn of 2009, Sheeran began studying music at the Academy of Contemporary Music, ACM, in Guildford, Surrey as an undergraduate, though it is not clear how long he remained at the college. Sheeran began to be seen by more people over the internet through YouTube, and his fanbase grew, with him also getting credit from the independent newspaper, England football captain Rio Ferdinand and Elton John. He played a station session in St Pancras International in June 2010. Also became a top 10 hit in Australia, Germany, Ireland, Japan, Luxembourg, New Zealand, Norway and the Netherlands. During a headline set in the BBC introducing Tent at Glastonbury Festival 2011, Sheeran announced that You Need Me, I Don't Need You would be released on 26 August as the second single from the album. The second single peaked at number 4 on the UK singles chart. Lego House was released as the third single, reaching the top 10 on Australian, Irish, Scottish, New Zealand singles charts, Flemish Ultra Top 50 and the Wallonian Ultra Tip. Drunk, released on February 19, 2012, became Sheeran's fourth consecutive top 10 single in the UK, peaking at number 9. Sheeran released Plus on September 12, 2011. The album received generally favourable reviews from music critics. Debuted at number 1 on the UK albums chart for sales of 102,000 copies. By end of 2011, sales of the album in the UK stand at 791,000. It became the second best-selling debut album and the 9th biggest-selling album there. The album has been certified platinum 6 times by the British phonographic industry, denoting shipments of 1,800,000 copies. As of March 2012, the album had sold 1,021,072 copies in the UK. The album also reached the top 5 in Australia, Canada, Ireland, New Zealand and the US. March 24, 2014, Sheeran performed at the Teenage Cancer Trust charity concert at the Royal Albert Hall in London, where he unveiled Take It Back, a track that would appear on the deluxe version of the second album. Sing, the lead single, was released on April 7, 2014. Sonically, the song is a departure from Sheeran's previous recordings. Sing was intended to create hype over the album release, but from concern that this might alienate Sheeran's fan base, One, an acoustic ballad, was released on May 16, 2014. One also marked the first of several promotional singles released leading to the album release. By early June 2014, Sing had earned Sheeran his first number 1 single in the UK. Sheeran's second studio album, X, Read as Multiply, was released worldwide on June 23, 2014. In a span of 3 years, Sheeran wrote more than 120 songs for the album, the earliest of which was composed shortly after Plus was released. The album features tracks produced by Rick Rubin, Pharrell Williams, and Benny Blanco, 85, as well as that of Gosling's. Peaked at number 1 in both the UK albums chart and the US Billboard 200. To support the album, Sheeran embarked on a world tour starting on August 6, 2014 at Osaka, Japan. On September 27, 2014, Sheeran was one of the headline acts at the Melbourne Cricket Ground prior to the 2014 AFL Grand Final. On 6 January, Sheeran released 2 singles, Shape of You and Castle on the Hill. The theme of the latter single is about Sheeran's upbringing in his hometown of Framlingham in Suffolk, with the castle referring to Framlingham Castle. Following the release of these singles, Sheeran went on to co-host the BBC Radio 1 breakfast show with Scott Mills, where it was inferred that he would possibly make an appearance at the Glastonbury Festival in 2017. It was also during this show that Sheeran used a new Martin guitar that featured the Divided by logo of his new album, on both the headstock and body of the acoustic guitar. Both singles went on to break the Spotify Day 1 streaming record, In March 2015, Sheeran revealed he was setting up a record label, Gingerbread Man Records, which is a deal with Warner Music Group. The label was launched in August 2015 alongside its accompanying YouTube channel. Jamie Lawson, the label's first signee, met Sheeran while they were both in London's folk circuit. Lawson released his self-titled debut album on October 9, 2015, which has earned him a #1 in the UK Albums Chart. Sheeran signed his second artist, Foy Vance, in November 2015.